Good morning, boys and girls. You over there in that black shirt. What you want to be when you grow up?
My mother worked 2 jobs, gang banging was too raw. 1993, I was bumping some of that Snoop Dogg. Murder was the case, my uncle called a case. My grandmother stressing out, I could feel the pain. Acting older than I was, I should have been acting my age. I had to walk to school, I got recruited to the gang. My mother tried to do her best on minimum wage, but it was hard when I seen the drug dealers in the range. Such a bad example, she didn't even know it. I truly needed my father with me, you need to know it. You need to know it, cause I need someone to be heroic. Someone to motivate me when I wanna be a poet. I truly think that I could be the dopest. Maybe notice, never losing my focus. But you ruined the moment. Shit was hard in my apartments. Roaches and old carpets. I'm an enemy target. Mattresses by the garbage. I know it's hard to grow up. I know it's hard to grow up. But it's time to grow up. I know it's hard to grow up. I know it's hard to grow up, homie.
Everybody gotta grow.
But it's time to grow up.
Everybody gotta grow.
What you want to be when you grow up?
I wanna be a motherfucking hustler. You better ask somebody.
Yo, I wish my father never met that woman. Broke my family up, you should've fucking left that woman. I was eating cereal, my mama cried asleep. Remember the kisses I gave you on the side of your cheek? I made some promises that I will make accomplishments, and I became a criminal. Please accept my apologies. I'ma get you out of this. Show these rappers what time it is. Buy you the car you needed and have somebody to drive you in. My mama held my hand standing at the bus stop. Gave me the love I needed in streets covered with gunshots. Stop making excuses and
Good morning, boys and girls. You over there in that black shirt. What you want to be when you grow up?
My mother worked 2 jobs, gang banging was too raw. 1993, I was bumping some of that Snoop Dogg. Murder was the case, my uncle called a case. My grandmother stressing out, I could feel the pain. Acting older than I was, I should have been acting my age. I had to walk to school, I got recruited to the gang. My mother tried to do her best on minimum wage, but it was hard when I seen the drug dealers in the range. Such a bad example, she didn't even know it. I truly needed my father with me, you need to know it. You need to know it, cause I need someone to be heroic. Someone to motivate me when I wanna be a poet. I truly think that I could be the dopest. Maybe notice, never losing my focus. But you ruined the moment. Shit was hard in my apartments. Roaches and old carpets. I'm an enemy target. Mattresses by the garbage. I know it's hard to grow up. I know it's hard to grow up. But it's time to grow up.
I know it's hard to grow up.
I know it's hard to grow up, homie.
Everybody gotta grow.
But it's time to grow up. I know it's hard
Everybody
to grow
gotta
up,
grow.
homie.
What you want to be when you grow up?
I wanna be a motherfucking hustler. You better ask somebody.
Yo, I wish my father never met that woman. Broke my family up, you should've fucking left that woman. I was eating cereal, my mama cried asleep. Remember the kisses I gave you on the side of your cheek? I made some promises that I will make accomplishments, and I became a criminal. Please accept my apologies. I'ma get you out of this. Show these rappers what time it is. Buy you the car you needed and have somebody to drive you in. My mama held my hand standing at the bus stop. Gave me the love I needed in streets covered with gunshots. Stop making excuses and stop going to prison, cause people forget about you when people don't even visit. This is for my young homies thinking there's no way out. Throwing your life away living broke, that shit is played out. OGs tell me stories about life in the pen. A dark cell, homies lost doing heroin. I know it's hard to grow up. I know it's hard to grow up. But it's time to grow up.
I know it's hard to grow up.
I know it's hard to grow up.
I know it's hard to grow up.
Oh shit! Oh, we're on. Okay, I thought you were playing the song first. Chingo. All right, man. Fuck it. Welcome back to the Volo. I'm your host, El Vago. Got my homeboy Game. Got the Vago boys, and we have a. We were supposed to interview another homeboy of ours, Bubba, but he never showed up. He disappeared. So today we got Josh, man. Hey, Josh, how you been, bro?
Can't complain, bro. Can't complain.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect timing, man. We're just gonna make fun of Checo the whole time.
You know?
Yeah.
So where you from, man?
So I'm originally from Ingleside, but about 3 years ago I moved up to Michigan. So
Oh yeah.
been up there for the last 3 years, give or take.
How's it over there?
Cold as fuck, bro. It's
Yeah.
cold as fuck. I'm gonna say that. Been dealing with like 10-degree weather, feels like -9. So definitely really appreciative of this 70-degree weather that we've been having the last week. So
fuck that, man. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I hate cold weather, bro. I
real.
can't stand it. Fucking, guess I'm getting older, man. Everything fucking hurts worse. Fucking
For
gets
real.
in a bad mood. I just don't like it, man. I prefer just to be fucking hot. Fuck it. Yeah. So what do you do over there, man?
So I am the client relationship manager for a grow company called Growing Pains. We're one of the top cultivators in the state. We have been growing pretty much since 2009, give or take, as far as like medical aspect of things during like the caregiver market of the market. But once it went recreational in 2019, we entered the recreational market, and we've been operating out of there since then. So we've been really trying to dial in our craft. We're pretty much a mom and pop grow. We don't have any outside investors like a lot of these big MSOs, which is like a multi-state operator, like your Cookies, your Jeters. Those are typically the people that we're kind of competing against. So it's really good to have some like really nice craft cannabis in a market full of like people that look for quantity over quality. So really what we aim for is just good, clean smoke and flavor translation, because your weed shouldn't taste like burnt weed. You should be able to smell it, and that flavor should be able to translate to the palate.
Yeah, badass, man. Shit. What's your number one seller right now?
The honey banana, actually. So the honey banana, like I told you earlier when we were kind of chatting about it, we sent it out to a competition in California against a bunch of other like living soil grow companies where they use organic living soil instead of us, which we use rock wool.
Yeah.
And so a lot of those Cali boys were kind of looking down on us a little bit because rock wool kind of has a connotation associated with it to kind of give it more of like a watered down flavor. So for us selling our ounces for about, I'd say the average is about 160 for our top shelf ounce. And out in Cali, the people that we were competing against were at about $400 to $500 an ounce. And so to be able to beat them for all 5 rounds that we competed, all 5 different brands without losing a single one with our honey banana, I would say that that's a pretty staple strain. We are currently defending our title a second time out in California. I think there's $120,000 on the line. So we're pretty, I was going to say we're pretty stoked for this competition. The honey banana really is one of those strains that I'm personally more of a concentrate smoker, just because I really like flavor. I know last time we hung out, smoked a couple of the dabs, and that's really kind of where I sit. But as far as flower goes, that honey banana is just really where it's at.
Yeah. Name drop the place where you're from, or where you
Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Okay. And
so it's like Chicago's right here, Detroit's right here. We're like 2 hours in the middle, pretty much.
Nice. What does that state allow you to like grow? It's like recreational.
Yeah, so in Michigan you're allowed, I'm always kind of iffy on like the personal growing laws. I think you can have like up to X amount of plants. I think it's pretty generous, like 10 plants per individual or something like that, unless you get like class whatever micro grow or like a regular grow. You can grow more plants, of course, but as far as just personal consumption, it's pretty lax. Personal growth, it's pretty lax. No one really comes and like knocks on your door and is like, hey, if you're growing, are you growing? Do you have 10 plants? You know what I mean? So it's pretty chill up there. The one thing that I will say about the state of Michigan that's really interesting is that like the laws, the way that they're set up, you technically can't have more than about 15 grams of concentrate or 2.5 ounces of flour on you at any given time. So the state allows you to purchase. So if you go to a store, they'll automatically cap you out at 2.5 ounces or 15 grams of concentrate, but it's only per transaction. So in theory, you could just keep doing transactions. So I have people that would, come to the shop when I used to work at the retail side of things. And I mean, shit, dude, I'd have people walk out with pounds. We're sitting there with 2 hours, they're just buying pounds or buying hundreds and hundreds of carts. Cause like the state says you can only buy this much per transaction and you can only have this much on you, but you can do as many transactions as you want in a day, which is something that I thought was really interesting. And they're kind of getting a little bit more strict on like the border states that are like bordering Indiana, Illinois, and Ohio, just because obviously they know people are going across the border just to go to the Michigan to get it cheaper and stuff like that, and obviously get it to bring it back to their home state. So they kind of crack down a little bit more on the border cities, but realistically, it's pretty lax in terms of what you can purchase and stuff like that.
You ever see Texas going legal?
I do. I think it'll take a lot of time, just personally, with like the people that are currently in the administration not being very like proponent for it and very open to it. You know, a lot of them still see it as, you know, just the propaganda from like, you know, the 40s, 50s, where they were just kind of pushing racism and politics to get weed out of here, you know?
I don't think so. I think it has a lot to do with Big Pharma, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, because Texas is one of the biggest consumer of Big Pharma. If you think about it, if they made weed legal, their shit's gonna go down. You know what I mean?
No,
So I think that has a lot to do. I think a lot of the politicians, a lot of people, they're in their pockets. So you know, because like you saw how Dan Patrick was making up all these shit.
Oh, dude.
Some dude took a hit of a card.
The trip.
Hey, some guy took a hit of a card and he threw himself in front of a train. Who the fuck does that, fool? Shit.
Crazy.
No, bro. And like, as somebody who, you know, I mean, with what I do for a living, you know, you see a lot of people that work in like business class jobs where they're in professional settings and they're constantly at like parties and they always have a drink in their hand. It's like, for me, I always have a joint or I always have a dab in my hand. You know what I mean? So it's like constantly smoking from pretty much the time that I wake up till the time that I go to bed. And like, I've never wanted to jump in front of a train. I'll say that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So,
Right? It's crazy.
Jump in front of some tacos or something. Bullshit.
I know we were talking about it earlier. I don't even know what it means, bro. The rescheduling.
Oh yeah,
of the
well,
weed,
you know
like,
what that shit's about.
I'm uneducated.
so from my understanding, I was going to say, I don't know if it's been like officially like rescheduled or whatever, but from what okay, cool. That was cool. So all it really does right now is it kind of opens up the door for more like solidified scientific research and stuff like that, just because right now as a class 1, like Schedule 1 controlled substance, it doesn't have the same ability to be able to be researched as a pharmaceutical product or anything like that, which is again like where Big Pharma comes into play. So there's going to be that aspect of things, which kind of sucks in my opinion. I'm not really a big fan of rescheduling. I just think that federally we should probably just decriminalize it and then just leave it up to the states to decide what they should do with the laws at that point. But one benefit that it will do for the people that are currently operating like in a state where it is legal, is that it could potentially open the door for like tax breaks and stuff like that. So, you know, right now, a lot of cultivators, pretty much every cultivator, since it's not recognized as legal income to the federal government until they want their tax money, you know what I mean? The Schedule 3 will kind of open the door to be able to give a lot of these businesses that don't get normal tax breaks that businesses usually get. So that will be something that I see coming as a good thing out of it, just because, like I said, a lot of these cannabis companies, they're just not really getting treated the way that a normal legal business should get treated, and they are legal businesses that pay taxes.
And we should decriminalize everything too.
Oh, facts.
Yeah, but when? That's the thing. When?
I think we're on the verge of it.
Nah, I don't think so.
You
We
don't
need
think
to.
so?
I know
Fuck
we
no.
signed the federal law, whatever. I know we signed that. I just don't know when it takes effect.
Yeah. So, is it true they're gonna ban THCA then? Coming up, or they banned it? Does it give it room
So-
to try to?
From my understanding with that, I think if they did do the ban for sure, it would take like a whole year or something like that to actually kick in. So it wouldn't be till the end of 2026, I want to say. I feel that that's somewhat of a good thing in the aspect of like people that aren't doing it right, because there's a lot of like loopholes that you can obviously work your way through with the THCA market, and you end up finding yourself through a lot of illicit products. Now, I'm not a big fan of like in general just the legal market, even in Michigan, because there's a lot of flaws in it. So I do appreciate the gray market, I do appreciate the black market, but in a sense of like just illicit product in general, I feel like the THCA market kind of has more shitty people doing things in it than it has good people that genuinely care about the plant, genuinely care about getting people what they need, and just more about profits. Because I want to say you can just $100 apply for a hemp license in the state of Texas, and then bam, you're good to go. So there's not really as much, I would say, strictness as there is whenever you go through like the legal system in a legal state, going through and getting your licensing, getting all your fees taken care of and stuff. So I will say that that does make it better for the people who are doing it legally, but it is a stab in the face to all the hemp farmers who essentially made their living off of that for the last, I'd say, 7 years since that hemp bill went into effect in 2018.
Yeah. Damn crazy, man. So you drove over here or you flew?
We drove. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was gonna say.
How far was it, man?
It's like 1,600 miles, give or take.
God
so
damn.
it takes about 22 to 24 hours if you're, stopping and stuff.
Yeah.
This is the first time that I decided to actually sleep halfway through, which was a really good decision. Normally, it's just like a straight through alternating. If we need to stop at a rest stop for a half hour, we'll do that. But most of the time, it's just a straight shot all the way through.
The farthest I ever drove was when we go to visit my grandparents in Mexico in Veracruz. Man, that's a far fucking drive, man.
And it's crazy because like most of the drive is Texas, dude. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I'm in Michigan, and then we go through like Chicago, then we cut through a couple states. The next big city is like Memphis. Then after Memphis, you go, I think, like Texarkana, then it's Houston, and then Corpus. But it's like when you're in Texarkana, you still have 10 hours left. And it's like, damn, I already drove like half my drive through all of these 5 other states and then one state all the way, rest of the way down. It's just pretty crazy how big Texas is.
So how did you land out there in Michigan?
I actually have like a warehousing background before I started in like weed and stuff like that. And so I got a job with a medical like equipment manufacturer, just working in their warehouse doing stuff for them. Long story short, I ended up stumbling into the weed business. I just got a pretty simple job at a dispensary, but I started really enjoying it. Kind of grew a passion for it.
Badass,
And
man.
the owner of the dispensary, who also owns the grow that I work for, saw that passion and decided to take me onto the team full time, just kind of doing like their, like I said, just making sure that all of our accounts are pretty much taken care of, making sure that our inventory isn't old, because we never want to have old flower that's going to be a misrepresentation of our brand and stuff. So I pretty much just make sure that on like the nitty gritty kind of like personal detail, that all of our accounts, like managers are happy, employees at different stores are happy, just taking care of them as far as that goes. So it's really nice to be able to kind of go out and do that. I mean, I have my freaking degree in communications, and I've been working in warehouses for 5 years. So like being stuck in a warehouse, not getting to talk to people has been kind of frustrating. So I am very appreciative to get out and, just kind of chat with people about something that I love.
That's badass, man. Shit, something different. Shit, man. What do you want to talk about today, Gabe? You said about that P. Diddy party you went to?
P. Diddy, dog. I didn't stay when the sun went down. Nah.
Get the baby oil.
And the weirdest thing is the dudes talking about going through that shit on that documentary and just staying.
Oh,
Like,
dude.
motherfucker, happened more than once.
Did you
Happened
hear
more
about
than
the-
once. Like,
did you hear the signing?
nah,
That they would get fucking the fame but not the riches.
dude.
They were
that's
what?
wild.
They would get fame but not riches.
No shit.
Yeah, it would be in their contract.
Diddy.
That's fucking crazy.
That
fool.
you would only get famous, but he would take all the fucking money.
2 Live Crew.
Yeah, freak talking about Two Live Crew.
And
When is the appropriate time to listen to Two Live Crew?
Man.
This comes from the Riding High podcast. This is what they were talking about
Yeah.
last night. I told him shit, never, dog. Like, it's crazy. Right. That's what Freak said. It's always a good time. Graduation party and shit.
The what?
True talk.
Oh, yeah. Loud and Playboy gave us a shout out, man. He explained, all the shit that we go through with, all the shit talking and stuff like that. I thought it was pretty cool, man.
Yeah, they showed a lot of love, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, I just met Playboy today. He sold me some die-cast cars, dog. I'm like, dog.
Badass, man.
Shout out Playboy.
15 is that for now. The 15, no, hombre.
Two Live Crew, the kids.
Best time to play a True Life Crew song is during prom.
This guy.
At a wedding.
At a wedding.
Me so horny.
Yeah.
Did he even go to prom? You went to prom?
Fuck.
Damn.
Thought about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, True Talk with John Delano. Shout out to them.
Yeah, that was badass, man.
Yo.
There was one part where he talked about how I guess I get a lot of shit because I put myself out there, you know what I mean? But it's kind of hard, fool, because El Vago, that's me, I'm El Vago,
Right.
you
No,
know what I mean?
Exactly.
I can't hide it, you know what I mean? It's me, like the whole brand, everything, it's me. If I were to die tonight, there wouldn't be no more El Vago no more. Like it'll die with me, you know what I mean? So
Hey, you
it's
shouldn't
kinda-
have to hide it either. Shit is what it is.
Yeah, I know, but it's just it's for like how they explain it, it's like for a professional standpoint. I trust me, I get it, bro, but I'm not professional. I'm not that type of guy.
Professional, unprofessional.
Yeah.
We're not in a professional fucking business.
Yeah.
Professional, unprofessional.
Did y'all watch that Jake Paul fight?
I didn't, but I saw
the
what you-
clips. Saw the
yeah,
clips.
I saw
for sure.
clips.
Yeah. Hey, that fool fucked him up, man.
I was gonna say, was that picture of his shit like swollen? Was that real?
He broke it in 2 places.
You think? Yeah. Damn.
He did break his jaw.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he broke his jaw in 2
They
places.
said they both got like $92 million. But
Fuck.
that other fool, Anthony Joshua, had to pay taxes for the UK and for America, so he got fucked out of like half of it.
What? Why?
Half of it went to taxes. He had to pay a big chunk to the UK,
No,
because whatever the fuck their agreement.
we need a Vago bargain por la vaca. Hey, one day, man. One day.
Right. One day.
One day. But we expand, man. It's just the hard part is finding people that can cook like us, man. That's the hard thing, bro. Like things just don't work out, man. Cause it just don't. Like
Hey,
if
and
the
then it
Colonel
don't
worked at
stop.
KFC, but it's different. I'm pretty sure the Colonel didn't cook. That's the thing. I cook everything. But I don't know, man.
That's what sets you apart from the rest. You know, like you gotta pour your heart and soul into that shit. Like
Yeah.
that's the reason why it is like so up there, held up so high. You know?
Shit. Why didn't you go to the toy giveaway, man?
Y'all working shit.
You're
I had
supposed to be Santa
work.
Claus, fool.
Bro, I had to work from sun up, sundown, trying to get any little dollar I could. Shit.
Shit, we had a live DJ.
Yeah, we had Howell G there. Fucking, it was pretty badass, man. Had a good turnout. A lot of people came. It was pretty cool. Yeah, man. Sorry, everybody watching. We kind of got thrown off today because Bubba didn't show up. He just texted me just a while ago that he wanted to he wanted to come, but after a while, but it just couldn't.
Mexico. Was that Monterrey?
Yeah.
Monterrey, Mexico.
Have you ever been to Monterrey, Mexico?
No,
That's
only
fucking
been-
beautiful
I've
over
only
there,
been to
man.
Progreso.
Hombre. That don't count.
Well, hey,
Newer city, that don't count, man.
Everybody says
A lot of
that
people that
shit.
always go, they go to the little towns and shit. Yeah, and they're like, oh man, Mexico sucks. It's ugly. Well, yeah, fool, you went to the border town, way.
All the way
Go
Yeah.
deep into Mexico,
Right, yeah,
man.
deep.
Shit. You won't come back, but
Fuck it.
have fun.
Yeah.
Went to a dark end.
shit.
Hey, so back to Josh, bro. What's like the highest percentage THC strain you ever encountered, or what?
So like, to be honest, dude, like percentages are kind of like they're kind of fucky
Guesses
on the
and
market,
shit.
bro. And like it's so like with the way that the market shifted over the last couple of years, you have like your small percentage of people who are the connoisseurs, and then you have like the majority of the people that, not any reason of their own, but don't really just know, you know what I mean? They don't really know what good weed is. They don't really care what good weed is because they just want to know how much they can get
Yeah.
for as little money as possible. And so like a lot of times you'll see like, like I said, we sell our pounds for like pretty expensive as far as like what the current, average is. The average is about 600, give or take. I think ours go wholesale for about 1,600 for a pound. And then we have a lot of lower end brands that are about 400 a pound. And like, you're going to tell me that a $400 pound of weed that's been sitting in a box for 6 months is testing at 35% THC. Like it just,
Yeah,
that
nah,
doesn't
that's
make
fuck.
sense. So what a lot
Yeah.
of the times they do, and like the same thing with the THCA stuff, the way that they get around that is they pretty much cut it while it's still flowering. Because if you cut it while it's still flowering, the THC hasn't formed. It's still in its acidic form, which is what THCA is. So as soon as you decarb it, which is heated up, it converts and restructures itself to THC. So that's how the THCA, like people, like all the people here get around it, because they're growing weed. They just test it a little bit early. And so that just shows the fallacy in the testing market. So even in Michigan, there's a lot of people, like especially with like the not as reputable testing companies. I've known people that have like paid off companies to say, hey, just throw a couple extra percents on there. But what I have seen that I trust from a good grower is about 31%. That's about like, I saw like, damn, like 31%, and that's just straight bud, not infused, not a moon rock or anything like that. So pretty high relatively when I know that it's coming from like a straight solid source. But again, like most of the time the high THC percentages are either like infused flower, infused pre-rolls, or a brand that I'm like, I know for a fact you're not testing that high, because even if you did have like, weed that was testing at 35% when it was harvested, if it's sitting for 6 months, which the harvest date is on every package whenever you buy from a store, if it's sitting for 6 months, you have like what's called terpene degradation, which loses the flavor, and then you have cannabinoid degradation. So THC essentially converts itself to CBN as time progresses, and CBN is a cannabinoid that kind of works a little bit like melatonin, makes you a little bit more sleepy, kind of more relaxed. So a lot of the times they'll make edibles with like THC and CBN to kind of simulate that sleepy time effect. But what ends up happening, like I said, is the THC number realistically goes down and the CBN number goes up. And so it's just scientifically not possible to have 6-month-old weed testing that high, because it will every minute, every second, slowly but surely degrade. So
Damn.
it's pretty interesting how much
yeah.
you learn about weed whenever you go into a place that's a little bit, obviously legal for one, and two, that's been doing it in a legal sense for about, I think the Michigan medical market started in about 2009. So they have about 16 years of dispensaries and people that have been doing it in a legal
So
sense.
it turns back to CBD quality?
CBD quality?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
That's what you said right now.
Oh yeah. So CBD quality, I mean, like you can get good quality CBD from source material, but a lot of the times, like when you buy just straight CBD, there's really no telling where the source material is from. And so a lot of the times what they'll do is they'll use like either really, really, like for carts, for example, like just cheapo cartridges, they have what's called distillate in them. And distillate is pretty much like a refined THC oil. It doesn't have like realistically any other like cannabinoids in there. It's most of the time just going to be THC. And so you can make distillate out of like weed that's mixed with fucking shit and like dirt and all, like, because all it does is like just get all of the shit from the weed and purge out nothing but everything except the THC. So like distillate is basically plain raw THC oil that doesn't give it anything special. And so from my understanding, a lot of the companies that will make like just CBD isolate, so just CBD oil or like CBN by itself, they don't use the greatest source material. But CBD is really important as far as getting like a better overall high, because having THC by itself, which is another reason why people can smoke carts and they're like, dude, I don't get high from those fucking carts. I don't know why the carts don't get me fucking high. And it's because THC by itself, the way that it interacts with your brain, everyone in their brain has what's called an EDC, which is an endocannabinoid receptor. You have your CB1 and your CB2 receptors. One of them has to do with like the actual stuff in your brain, and the other one has to do with like digestion and like gut health and different things. It interacts with like your body a little bit more. And so whenever you have THC by itself, it doesn't really give you that full body high that you get whenever you're smoking flower. And that's because it just literally cannot interact with those receptors in your brain the right way. So whenever you smoke flower, you're getting THC, CBD, CBG, and all other cannabinoids that are giving you a little bit of a better high. And so that's why, like, sometimes, if you're just smoking carts, you don't really feel high. So like CBD quality is important as far as making sure that you do have, if you are going to smoke just distillate, what's called full spectrum distillate, which will have CBD and other cannabinoids to give you a little bit of a better high. Because I know for me, if I eat distillate edibles, or if I eat or if I like smoke carts, like I really don't feel anything other than a headache. So like what I have right here, this is what's called live rosin. So this is pretty much like wax. So it's a solventless cannabis concentrate that doesn't use any type of chemicals. We just pretty much put the weed in a big washing machine, knock off all of the keef, which are called trichomes, and then we press all that in like a heated press. And then it's pretty clean. I know you've probably heard of like live resin, which uses like butane. So this is like a little bit of a cleaner alternative to having a potential solvent in your material, because a lot of the times people don't purge out the butane properly. And ultimately, I think that rosin just has the best expression and overall high. So like usually when I have like a cart, it's just a rosin disposable or something like that. So
that's what this guy's talking about too. Rosin's where it's at.
What's up, homeboy? Monster, Deca?
Monster, Deca, What's the highest you ever been from weed?
Man, I swear to God, I was hearing a voice called the Master. Swear to God.
Yeah.
Swear to God, I heard a voice
Yeah.
called the master in my head, and I know it was just me talking to myself.
He
but it
told
was-
you his name was the
He
master.
said, "I am the master, bro," and I was like, "Bro, what is going on?" And that was like one of my first times ever getting high, so I think I was just tripping myself out. 'Cause
Yeah,
like I
that's
said,
crazy.
nowadays I pop 200 milligrams and I'm fucking driving to go to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I was on a 20 milligram edible then, and I was hearing voices. So like, I know for a fact it was probably me tripping out. But yeah, no, that was a real fun time. You know, I was hearing some really motivational things that I needed to hear, and I feel
Yeah.
like I came out of it a better man, you know, but I was definitely scared in the moment. I'll say that. I'll say that for sure.
Yeah. Trey.
Shit, probably one of the first times I got high.
What's up, Freddy Krueger?
Nah, no.
Yeah.
He said he saw it. Tell the story for what happened.
I was probably like 18, no, like 17. Me and my homeboy, we popped like 5 ecstasy pills, and we were just there tripping in the room, and fucking had the strobe light going and shit, and I seen fucking the Freddy Krueger's claw come through the AC vent, rip the fucking roof off.
Fuck yeah.
And he started coming upside down the roof. Man, I'm like, fuck, right? I know I'm tripping though, so I'm not like fucking freaking out, right? He comes, he stands up right here, and I'm about to stand up to talk to him, and the lights turn on. Homeboy's like, there's fucking dinosaurs outside. And then that was it. Freddy Krueger fucking disappears.
Fucking died.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, dog. Out of all of them, Freddy Krueger scared the fuck out of me. Dog.
For real? Why?
Because I've had dreams and that fool would be in it and be like, oh shit, just wake up, be like sweating and shit, be like, oh, motherfucker's real. He's real. He exists. Fuck. Hey, but looking back, hey, watching the movies as an adult compared to as a kid,
It's
you're
corny,
like,
fool.
you're like, so wild ass sexual innuendo.
You can smoke that past the hair follicle. Yeah, cigarette.
What, bro?
Um,
Nah, it's soap. It's a soap. Can't smoke it.
You can, not a hair
No,
follicle.
nah, not on a hair follicle.
Nah, there's not like a soap. You can fucking.
Nah, 'cause the hair follicles
take a
go
bath
back,
in or something?
They go by off like something that grows on your hair. 'Cause they go back.
But that's what I'm saying. You can't take like a fucking soak.
I'm glad I work for myself, man. I ain't gotta worry about that shit.
Right.
I'm gonna start drug testing at work, just letting you know.
Hey, you gotta fail it.
Yeah, you
If you pass it, you're,
Yep,
like,
yeah.
you're fired. Get the fuck
Yeah.
out of
What?
here.
What? This says here.
You're fired.
This says you didn't have no THC in the past 30 days. Get the fuck out of here.
It's like, what happened?
And one of the food's lacking on your side.
Is everything all right? I passed my drug
happening?
test, right? No, you.
Brad
That's the
is
problem,
asking
you're
about
fired.
RSO, which is a kind of weed related question. Have y'all heard of RSO before?
Nuh-uh.
So RSO, just real quick. Sorry, I didn't mean to like.
That's okay,
I
go
just
for
don't
it.
want to make Brad feel like he was getting left out. But
Yeah. What the,
RSO basically it stands for Rick Simpson's oil, which is the first person I want to say that kind of advocated for, if not made it.
Rick
Rick
Simpson's
Simpson's oil.
oil.
So it's an alcohol based concentrate that uses alcohol to extract the plant material instead of like butane or
Yeah.
CO2. Except RSO you don't really smoke because it is an alcohol based solvent, but it's really, really, really good for like extreme, like severe pain, like people that are experiencing really, really bad pain or, terminally ill cancer patients. But what you do is you take it more sublingually. So you just pretty much, you can put it on like a cracker and just like eat it, or you
No
can put it on
shit.
under your tongue. You know
Can
what
you
I mean?
get some of that?
I was about to say, I could definitely get some of
We'll
that.
go ahead and talk about that.
But
off air.
RSO is like extremely, extremely potent.
Yeah.
So like if you take, like edibles, for example, edibles have what's called 10% bioavailability, whereas like sublinguals have like a 30% bioavailability, meaning like if you take 100 milligrams of edibles, right? Realistically, your body can only absorb about 10% of those 100 milligrams, right? So sublinguals, which, stuff that you put like under your tongue, like a tincture or like RSO in that instance, those have a 30% bioavailability because it goes directly into your bloodstream versus having to break down and digest and stuff like that in your digestive tract like edibles. So RSO is going to hit you very, very hard. Grain of rice size is absolutely
shit.
correct if you're taking like a little thing of RSO. So
Fuck. Can you
yeah,
smoke it or no? You gotta eat it.
I would not smoke it. Like technically you can, but it's an alcohol based solvent and I would not smoke it. Yeah.
Hey, what happened when you took that teaspoon?
I was gonna say you can rub it, like if you're having pain in like a general area. Like I know of people having like menstrual cramps, they'll put like an RSO, like literally just like a couple drops of RSO in their fucking belly button, and like it's helped them with their menstrual cramps. You know, I can't attest to that. I haven't had menstrual cramps, but I know. You know, I was gonna say I figure you know that would be something that would work just because it is somewhat being absorbed into your skin. You won't necessarily get like the high sensation whenever you're doing that per se, but you will get some of the medicinal benefits of it.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah, I learned a lot of new shit today, man.
Right? Where'd you go to weed college? Yeah, right.
Talk to a lot of people.
Fucking hey, learned a lot today, y'all.
Bottles of oil. Diddy lurks.
Hey, he said they sell soaps. I told y'all. Shampoo. and
But does
soap.
it really work though, man? Because
I don't know,
my
fuck.
homeboy took some shit one time from a smoke shop, and all he was smoking weed. He went and took a piss test. He goes, "These motherfuckers said I came out positive for meth." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, fuck.
So I don't know. I guess it's just different with everybody. Dude.
Especially a hair follicle.
Nah, you know what? I used to take like some stuff to like when I was on probation, take like a drink, right? And every time I was going, right, was like using it. Went about like 4 times. I'm like, hell yeah, that shit's working. Nah, the 5th time they're like, you didn't pass the last 5 drug tests. Fuck, that shit didn't work.
$100 each time. Hey, fool,
Like 25, 30 bucks.
in 2013, when I got raided by the fucking feds, fool, they found weed in my house and shit, right? These motherfuckers sent me to drug classes and shit. I felt so fucking, dude. I was like the last person right there. This person telling their story. Yeah, I was a crack addict. I did this. I did that. I prostituted my daughter. And then next guy, oh, I did this. I was shooting up heroin and you know my mom overdosed and died. And, you know, everybody had a sad story for when I got up there. Like, wait, I'm here for fucking weed.
I was gonna say you take the plastic.
You know what I mean?
My
Like,
bad, Jay.
I fucking
Put
felt
the
like
weed?
yeah, I felt fucking stupid as fuck, man.
Yeah.
This motherfucker stuck me in there for fucking weed, man.
Fuck. For real. That's fucked up, dog. I think we're on the verge of it being.
I was gonna say if you want
like,
to fry it, you can't.
Man, fool, I won't believe it till I see it, fool. Until Greg Abbott's wheels don't turn no more, fool. We're fucked.
what do you think about now? Like, did you ever think we'd be at a point where you could walk into Stripes and they have like some THC?
Yeah, but that shit don't count, fool. That shit don't count.
I mean, if you would have told me 20, 30 years ago, yeah, they're gonna be selling some
and then
mid
we had
shit.
legal too in stores. Remember that shit?
Oh my god.
Every corner, fool.
Hell
Fucking.
no.
I used to take my homeboy after work, go get that shit every day, fool.
I like to not think about it.
Yeah. You ever smoke that shit?
Yeah, hell yeah. Hey, there's 2 kinds of people, bro, when they smoke it. The ones that just lock up and like, oh shit, I'm never doing that again. And then some other ones that lock up and they're like, oh shit, I'm gonna do that again. I'm one of those ones I'm like, oh shit, never again.
I'm fucking scared. I'm scared to do shit, fool. When I was a kid, we had took some acid, man, but it was the fucking eye drops, fool. Fucking hit that motherfucker, boom, man. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I saw some shit that made me question everything, and I was like, fuck this, never again, man. I don't like the feeling of not having control of myself. With weed, I can snap myself out of it's just being high off of weed. It ain't shit. You know what I mean? Like it's just weed, but the mother shit, fool, nah.
You said tincture earlier. I've had some of that shit back in the day. Put it under your like fucking glands and shit. That shit was spicy, bro.
Yeah.
Like nasty, like corn liquor and shit.
Get fucked up.
Hell
Most-
yeah, fucking stoned, dog.
Most of the tinctures right now are more, I was gonna say, I think like coconut oil based, so they don't taste like really like anything. Honestly, it just
Like ass.
it just feels warm. You know, I'm gonna say it doesn't really have a flavor. So yeah, no, I know tinctures really do get you where you want to be quicker.
Shit, I know fucking edibles do damage to me, man. Fuck, I get fucking stupid fucking high on edibles, man. I can't come off that shit, man. Fuck that.
Freak said Salvia, dog. I remember Salvia.
Salvia?
Those are crazy
Ooh.
days.
Este vato
I had the
fancy
craziest
salvia.
Oh, well, I mean, Salvia. I don't know. Salvia. That's how the dude in the bong shop would say it. Or you can't say bong. water pipe.
I got kicked out one time for saying that
Me
shit.
too, dog.
Hey, I gotta ask you to leave. He was one of my
Yeah, that fool.
homeboys. He got all
Yeah.
serious. I gotta ask you to leave, sir. I was like, what the fuck, man? Fool, shut the fuck up, fool. He goes, nah, for real. You gotta leave, man. I'm like, oh, all right, cool, fuck it.
Hey,
Fuck this sponsor.
Yeah.
same. Hey, yeah, same thing, dog. I was in there and I was talking to somebody else. I was like, man, check out that bomb. The dude's like, get the fuck out. I was like, no, what? Okay. Not today.
Man, fool, I cannot wait today till they legalize marijuana and people can fucking smoke at the restaurant. You know what I mean? Like smoke. I want to have fucking.
Can they do that in other places now? Are they doing that?
It's, I mean, like, you know how you can't really like smoke cigarettes inside? It's like still like that.
But what
with
about having
weed
like
and
an outdoor
but
patio?
they do have like some places like consumption lounges where you specifically can smoke weed at. But like at the end of the day, it's really up to the business. You know what I mean? But like
Yeah.
they can get in trouble if for whatever reason like a cop was there, like because that's still public consumption and you're not really supposed to. One, smoke and drive, obviously. Smoke and be in public, like it's just not really something that's legal. So like once that becomes legal, it'll be a little better. Cause I know like in California, it's not necessarily like legal, but they just don't really give a shit. You know, people fucking just smoke weed wherever the fuck on sidewalks in the middle of downtowns and shit. Michigan's getting there, but yeah, no, consumption lounges are kind of where the move is right now. They're not as busy as you would think, but that's really like the only place that you can smoke at. And then of course, like private venues, if they have private events that are usually like they have like a bunch of weed events up there that are pretty much like honestly just big marketing ploys for like a bunch of brands to get together and give free shit to people.
Shit. Have you ever got robbed?
I have not. No, I was gonna say I luckily have not. I work a lot in Detroit, so I definitely have pulled into a gas station and I was like, well, I don't really look like I should be at this gas station for sure. It's definitely a lot of people that all are looking at you, whenever you pull up in a little Trailblazer, it's definitely, I definitely stick out like a sore thumb. I'll say that for sure. But most of the people that I meet are pretty nice.
Yeah. How's the carrying laws over there?
That's exactly what I was
So
doing.
it's not constitutional carry like Texas. I want to say if I read it and understood it right, which I don't know if I did, you can technically conceal carry, or I want to say you can either conceal carry without a license or you can open carry without a license, but you need to have a license for one or the other. I can't remember, but I mean, I have, all the guns that I had down here and the laws are pretty lax from my understanding as far as like what you can and can't have. I know as long as it's not like I know like they don't have obviously like fully automatic, I don't think they allow any of that type of stuff up there, but I will say that like, I mean, I still have my AR, I still have my Glock, and everything's chill as far as that goes.
Badass, man. Shit. You didn't take it with you to the store?
No, it's a little bit tricky because like, even though it's legal, like weed's legal and stuff like that up there, you still technically, because it's federally illegal, can't have a firearm and weed together. So like, even though, I am following the law, this is my job, I have this here with me because it's my job, I also want to have a gun to protect myself, but then it's like, no, you can't, because it's technically you have a drug right now with you. And so that's a little bit fucked up.
Yeah.
Especially, considering that there's times like where I'm driving through Detroit and I have like, like 1,000 pre-rolls on me, and it's like just in a big ass box, and I'm walking around downtown just to find this fucking venue that I'm at, and I'm like, oh god, like I hope no one, you know what I mean, like I doubt nothing's gonna happen, but it's like I'm always like trying to stay vigilant to make sure that like, I don't really think about it because I'm always around so much weed, being at like our grow or our processor where we got thousands of pounds coming in and out, but then
it becomes normal, you know what I mean? Like I smoke every day. To me, like weed is not, you know what I mean? Like I smoke with my kids and shit. They're big, they're grown already, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
It's just normal. You know what I mean? To me, it's normal. Weed's fucking normal to me.
Yeah, hell
it's to me, it's more normal than alcohol.
Yeah, and that's on the point of alcohol. More people, it's like that are like, oh, you're gonna smoke in front of your kid, and it's like, I mean, obviously, you don't. But it's like, do you drink in front of your kids? Like, do you hide every time you want to go take a sip of beer? Like, do you go to your garage to drink a beer and then come inside and then tell your kids you weren't doing anything? It's like, no, you just sit there and you drink a beer with your kids. And obviously, like, I'm not saying like, oh, it's okay to get fucked up in front of your kids, but I'm just saying that like, if you treat it like it's something that you have to hide to do, they're gonna have a negative connotation to it. They're gonna think that it's something bad. They're gonna and it's not. You know what I mean? It's for some people, it's a medicine. For me, like, I use it for a lot of things, both, recreationally and medicinally. It's helped me through a lot. And so, yeah, it's pretty, fucked up whenever you have that kind of comparison from alcohol. But
it's fucked up, man, when you go to a family gathering, the tíos are all there, oh, pinche marihuanos, and then they go fucking hit a bump.
Shit,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
That fuck. He ain't worth a fuck.
Pinche cholo vale verga. Damn. Shit, your grandma think it's the devil, right? The devil's lettuce.
Pinche
No matter
marihuana.
what,
Mm-hmm.
she'll never fucking accept me smoking.
Yeah, he'll go smoke
Bro.
outside and fucking has to hide and shit. I get it though, you know what I mean?
I only do it because I respect it.
Yeah, got to,
I'm
man.
not
Mm-hmm.
I'm a gangster grandma.
Fuck.
Damn right.
Shit, man. Yeah, hopefully they legalize it here in Texas, man. I would love to have it at the restaurant, bro. Like
Absolutely.
where you can just smoke whatever you want and have a bar, different strains and stuff. That's my dream for it one day.
Oh yeah.
Do something like that. It just Texas is fucking, man, dude. We're fucking like 10 years behind on everything.
Oh, it's
man.
crazy, dude. I mean, shit. I had a fucking dab bar that I ran at a wedding like a month or two ago, where I
Oh,
just had
shit.
little like Puffcos, and then I had like dab rigs, and instead of going to a bartender, you just came to fucking
That's
Little
fucking
Jiffy. That's my
badass.
little. I was about to say that's my little Instagram.
What's it called?
Little Jiffy. Little underscore Jiffy
That's
69.
badass, man.
I started that in high school. That was my rap name when I used to like make fun of the dudes that would like, bro. When you're at the party and everybody's like,
Yeah.
bro, put on a fucking the game type beat. And I'm like, don't start freestyling way. Like, I'm not trying to deal with that. And so like Lil Jiffy was kind of my little rap name to kind of shit talk all those fools, because it's like, bro, you look like an idiot. I wear like 6 watches and like 2 caps and shit and go to school. I'm like, bro, this is what you look like every time you try to freestyle on a track. Like, I swear to God.
Yeah.
Then it just became my weed page name. That started growing because like Instagram is kind of where everything moves in the weed world, at least in Michigan. And yeah, people pretty much only refer to me as Jiff or Jiffy, because that's just kind of like the moniker of everything. Like one of the biggest other cultivators up there is called High Tech. The owner of his name's Chocolate. His name's not actually Chocolate, but he goes by Chocolate. He's a big like 400-pound Mexican dude, coolest dude I've ever met, honestly. And like he was pretty much the one that kind of started that, like, oh no, bro, I go by Instagram names. I don't know you. I don't know who the fuck you are. You're Jiffy to me. And then like he started telling, yeah, Jiffy this, Jiffy that. And so like there's people that I've known for almost 2 years that like, they're like, your name's Josh? I'm like, yeah, bro. Like, what the
You
fuck?
think my
Like,
mom named me
I
Jiffy,
was like,
bro?
you think I came out of the womb Jiffy? Like, but yeah, dude, it's pretty crazy, like seeing how shit is up there, compared to down here, and like being able to run a dab bar and like just serving up dabs, getting people like, seeing like a little, 65-year-old grandma, like, can I have a dab? I'm like, fuck
No
yeah, bro.
shit.
Like, fuck yeah, you can hit a dab,
Hell
She's still on like the, the old tech of like, when you hit it, you gotta like,
Hold it in.
and I'm like, you just breathe. I'm like, breathe, mama. You're good. Like, you're good. Because, like, realistically, as soon as you inhale it into your lungs, all that shit, like, all the THC that you can absorb is there. You're not getting any more high from holding that shit in. You're just getting oxygen
That's not
deprivation,
Fuck
which is
it.
making you feel more fucking
Hey,
high.
it
So
feels harder,
I was gonna
though,
say,
for
hey,
some
but
reason.
if you're short on weed, hold your breath, bro. You'll
Yeah.
definitely feel more high. I'll tell you that.
Fuck. It's terrible.
Chinga.
Hey, you didn't finish asking. Checo, what's the highest you've ever been?
Yeah. The party at my house. That's the highest. That's the day I was the fucking highest, man. We had all
I'll
these
get that
these
shit.
dab rigs and shit, and man, we had a lot of shit that night for a party, man, and fuck, like I was fucking fucked up. Nobody was clearing the rig. Everybody would hit and they'd start choking and stuff. So I would finish it. Next person came, they would do this thing. I would
Yup.
finish it. I finished like 3 or
Yup.
4 in a row. Man, dude, I should never have fucking did that, man. That shit hit me fucking hard, man. I kind of got scared a little bit. Because I got up to take a picture with somebody. And that camera fucking flashed when it was nighttime. It went off. Motherfucker, man. I went to go sit down. I thought I was going to fall. I was like, oh, shit. I've never been that high before. I've been high where I fucking telling a story and mid-story, I just forget everything. And I can't remember shit. To this day, I don't even know what the fuck the story was about. But, yeah, I've been that high.
Damn.
Yeah, anybody ever pass out taking a dab?
No, I've never
I
seen
do
anyone
shit.
pass out, but I did see someone pass out hitting a bong at an event that I was at one time. He was really drunk too, so he was like already crossfaded. And then I see him like he hits the fucking bong and he just like stands straight up, like he just locks, and then he just straight to the fucking right and just falls. He was luckily on like a fence. He like landed back on a fence and then slid down. But yeah, he busted his shit open and like they had to get. I was just like, hey, like the highest one. I was like, this guy needs help. I'm like, this guy fucking fell. And then I was just like, bro, like if you can't, like obviously, you know, like whatever. I'm sure he didn't do it on purpose, but it's like, bro, like if you can't rip like that, don't try it. Like especially standing up, bro.
Yeah,
Like
for
don't
real,
be
man.
standing up
I,
hitting the bong.
Usually when I invite people over to my house, like to smoke, like friends and shit, like, I make sure they get fucked up. Like, you know, you ain't gonna come to my house and say you didn't get fucking fucked up. You don't get fucked up. But my wife's cousin, man, one time we were at a benefit, whatever, and he was like, hey man, I want to smoke, whatever. I said, all right, bro, you ever hit dabs? Yeah, man, all the time. Like, all right, cool, fuck it. So he came to my house, right, and hit up the rig, whatever. I started heating that fucking banger, whatever, and fuck it, dude. I gave him a good chunk. He's like, put more. I said, more? All right, fuck, I put more. Dropped it in there. Man, he hit it like a fucking champ. Over. He was, give me another one, give me another one. It's all right, fuck, another big dab. Boom, man, dude. That dude was so fucked up, he couldn't fucking move. Like, he was sitting there, he was all panicking. Then his wife took a small hit. She was panicking. And then her daughter called. She was, they know. They're all paranoid and shit. And my brother-in-law had to drive him home, and he don't come smoke at my house no more. He was like, nah, fuck that shit, man. He goes, I never took that shit before. I said, Miskin, I asked you if you hit dabs. Like, yeah, all the time. I guess he meant the bong, you know what I mean? I said, nah, fool, fucking.
Yeah, no.
Whatever, I thought he was fucking fucked up.
No, yeah, when I came down here, like when I first rolled in, I spoke with a couple of like my hometown boys from Ingleside, and like my homie's cousin was there, and he was keeping up, bro. He was smoking every time that I would. He would take a hit, he would take a dab, like he was 1 for 1 with me, but like I was chilling, I'm vibing because that's my normal state of being. Oh my god, that guy, he was fucking paranoid at the like, and he was just like, bro, how are you still smoking? How are you not high right now, bro? And then he like, I was showing him a video, and like it was like a 10-second video, and it kept looping, and like I wasn't even paying any attention because I was like telling a story, like explaining some stuff about the video, and like I look over in my peripheral, and he's just like, he's fucking dead staring, and then he was like, turn that fucking video off, bro, please. And he kind of like, he seemed like he was stressing. I'm like, bro, why are you still watching it if it's freaking you out, bro? Yeah. So yeah, no, like I definitely feel the same. Like whenever I'm like around people, it's always just a habit because like I have a little Puffco, and like that's normally what I dab out of, which is just like the little e-rig that I had brought over to your crib that one time. Yeah. You know, just put that bitch in the cup holder. I'm fucking driving around, and super easy to load up. Doesn't stink like flour, so it's really easy when I'm on like 2-hour, 3-hour road trips for my job and stuff. So yeah, it's usually just habit to like, oh here, take a hit. Oh here, take a hit, and like. Sometimes I feel like I'm like pressuring fools, you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's like, I swear I'm not trying to make you feel pressure, but it's just like, bro, like I always am like, bro, smoke with me, you know? Like, so I definitely understand the like wanting to get people high. Cause it's like, bro, like I love being high. And like, if you want to smoke with me, then like, we're going to fucking smoke. You know what I mean?
We're going to fucking get fucked up. Fuck it. Man, I always see them videos, man, where them dudes are taking them big old globs of wax. Like, how the fuck do they do that without fucking choking, man? I take a little fucking moco size motherfucker. And I'm like, oh, shit. These dudes are having a big old fucking chingadera all the way down there off. Like,
and
man.
Even when you hit it,
yeah, it is a fucking.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Just going up and you just see it go and shit.
Yeah, so especially because like when you're doing bigger dabs like that, you have to hit it at a higher temperature, and realistically, like perfect dab temp is subjective. I prefer 500 to 550. That's like my perfect dab temp to get the best flavor, best vapor, and like best high. But like when you're doing big ass dabs like that, you have to do it at least at like 600, 650. Otherwise, it's just going to cool off immediately and you're not going to get a good smoke. And then you're really going to waste it. But yeah, no, you get it way too hot. So you immediately lose some on contact and then it burns. And then a lot of it when you're inhaling so hard, it's going to go through the neck of the banger and then ends up just getting stuck in your rig. And then it's just reclaimed at that point. And so yeah, I personally like, I do like these little guys. Like these little guys get me good. A nice low like 0.1.15 gram dab is usually I might do 2 or 3 of those back to back, you know what I mean? But like it's definitely kind of where I like to be as far as like anything more is just kind of a waste at that
You
point.
indica or sativa?
I'm more of an indica person because I have really, really severe ADHD.
Yeah.
So like, sativas most of the time give me anxiety, and indicas are kind of what keep me focused and grounded.
I think the ones that made me kind of have anxiety and little paranoid is whenever I smoke hybrids.
Mm-hmm.
Hybrids do that shit to me. Like if I smoke a lot of it, like dabs and then smoking,
Yeah.
like I just start feeling kind of weird. Like, you know, it's like your body's trying to power up but power down at the same time.
Right.
So
Yeah.
like, fuck.
No, and that's another thing too, is like it's so like individual, and that's something that I tell people when they're like, what's gonna get me fucked up? And it's like, dude, cannabis is so personal and so individual to each person, because like the way that I think of it, right? Everything that you've been through in your life, you're gonna perceive the world differently than I do automatically. Even if you have a sibling that went through the exact same thing as you, y'all are gonna perceive the world differently. You might smell something and you might think of something, you know what I mean? You might think of your grandma's cooking or whatever the case may be. So like every single sense that you have is unique and personal to you. So the way that even in cannabis that translates, because the weed that you're smelling, you're going to smell it, maybe not the exact same way as me. And it's going to affect your body, maybe not the exact same way as me, because you've been through each individual thing in your life that you've been through. And so that's another thing that I tell people too, like on the topic of like hybrids, is that it really is kind of up to your body with what it's going to do with that hybrid, because the hybrid might hit you more like a sativa, and then it might hit me more like an indica, because our composition's different, our experiences are different, or our perception's different. And so a lot of the time, even just the flavor of the flower, even if something is like genetically a sativa or genetically an indica, the flavor can actually give it more of one effect or the other. So typically things that are more on like the citrusy side, those are going to be a lot more on like the sativa side, because those are more uplifting, whereas your earthy flavors and your kind of deep fruity flavors are going to be more grounded.
Yeah. Fucking Pedro, man. When I took a hit of dab, I took a 5-hour shower and I was walking around spinning a sock with baby powder, like I was back at TDC. No, man.
Count time.
Damn.
Rack it up.
Chingo, man. Fucking crazy, man.
Hey, so how was that drink over there, Dave?
Man, it's pretty terrible, honestly.
Hey, showed on camera, man. We went to the store, and
What's that store called down there?
I have no, I don't remember. But yeah, man, this drink
don't do them like that.
It was what, $30. It was $30.
Yeah, 30. Though I was like, damn, how you know?
And that's crazy, bro. That's crazy, because like I think like the most expensive cannabis drink that I've seen in the legal market where I live is like 15, 20, and it's like a 100, 200 milligram. Yeah, because like, bro, like I don't know what the fuck THCP is. Like that, like I know it's a cannabinoid, but it's like that is not a cannabinoid that we ever deal with or talk about at all. You know what I mean? So it's like it's got Delta 9 and THCP. So Delta 9 is like THC, the shit that gets you high. But
it tasted like shit.
Hey,
So.
the piece for pendejo.
Yeah.
Chingo. For pendejo. Fuck it. It's all right, eh? It happens.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah. Was it better than that other drink you had? That other hemp drink? What was it you drink?
No, that other one was like pure alcohol. Like it was gross. It was gross. It was worse. This was a little bit better. You should have tasted the other one.
That's crazy.
You would have been like, yeah, he was right. This one tastes worse.
What sucks is Delta 9 comes out on a drug test too.
Shit.
Yeah, so Delta 9, so what the federal government classifies as like weed and what is illegal is, at least up until like that, like them fucking up the hemp bill shit, is technically Delta 9 tetrahydrocannabidiol, which is the actual chemical composition of THC that gets you high. So Delta 9, even though they specify, Delta 9, that's just THC. That is just plain chemical structure, THC, the shit that gets you high. Delta 8 is the other one that's closely similar to Delta 9. That one can show up on a drug test, but sometimes it doesn't. But that's what like a lot of people like, they would, no, it's Delta 9. And it's like, yeah, bro, that's weed. Like, but the way that they get around it in the edibles and the drinks is because the law only states that it has to be less than 0.3% of Delta 9 THC. And so like, because volume wise, that liquid is however many milliliters, it's only this many milligrams of THC. So realistically, it's still under that 3%, but they're still able to put real weed technically in it.
So if they decriminalize it, like they say it is, would you get in trouble if it comes out on a piss test?
Yes, because that would still be up to the employer. Because even in like the state of Michigan, you know, it's legal, but there's still jobs that like will not hire you if you test positive for weed. So like it really is still up to the jurisdiction of employers. I will say over the last 3 years that I've been there, I've excuse me, I've started to see more and more employers stop testing for weed because it's like I can't smoke when I get home off of work, but I can down a fucking fifth of Jack and then come into work still a little bit sloshed tomorrow. You know what I mean? So it's like, because you're not going to breathalyze me. So why are you going to piss me for weed? You know?
Yeah, that's true.
I know really it kind of just comes down to the, you know, the point of like, obviously if you get injured on the job and then you know what I mean, have to test, even if your job doesn't test for weed, you'll probably get fired. Cause like, you know what I mean? If you're operating a machine, get injured or whatever the case may be, they'll probably still not want to associate with you. But like I said, more jobs have been like a lot more lax with weed specifically and don't test. Like I know, I mean, you know, I've known someone that that's gotten jobs at like schools and shit like that, and they don't even drug test to begin with. So
it's crazy, man. I learned a lot of shit today, man. Didn't even fucking know.
Right?
Yeah. You're smart, man. You're very intelligent in this.
Thank you, brother. Thank
Shout
you.
out
Fucking
Josh.
Bubba, man.
What I say?
That would have been a good interview too with Bubba, man. I had everything planned out. Chinga. Sorry, next time. Next time. So how long you gonna be down?
I'm leaving on Saturday.
Yeah, okay.
So we got in on a Sunday of last week, so about a little 2 weeker.
Yeah, badass, man.
Hell
You miss
yeah.
Texas?
Every day, bro.
Yeah.
If Texas had weed, I'd be here. That's
Yeah.
like what I say every single day. And especially like now that I've kind of gotten like a flow of what like a, you know, what a dispensary should be and what a distribution center should be. And while I don't personally know a lot about growing, just because like that's not my thing, I don't really spend a lot of time at the grow. And honestly, I have really bad allergies, and every time I'm at the grow, bro, my eyes get puffy and my sinuses get all fucked up, especially when I'm touching like live flower that's like still growing and stuff. So I don't know as much as I'd like to know about growing, but I know a lot about like the business aspect of it. So I'm hoping that whenever Texas does at least go med, my goal is to kind of come down here and open up, you know, a distribution center, open up a dispensary, and then eventually have my own grow so that I can kind of be one of the first people in it. Just because like, especially seeing like the patterns of like Ohio and like Illinois and other states that came after Michigan, they're so far behind Michigan, and like it's crazy. Like it's just how unprogressive some of the states are, and how some of the operators come in thinking they know what's up, and it's just not, you know. So I'm really hoping that eventually within the next, you know, like 10, 15 years, if Texas ever does, you know, get their shit together, I can kind of come down here and rock shit down here like we're doing in Michigan.
Man. Fuck yeah. Yeah, man. Anything else you want to say before we end it?
No, I mean, just appreciate you for having me out. I mean,
badass,
shout out El Vago just in general. Probably one of my favorite burgers, like hands down. I like.
I appreciate
can't
it.
live without, bro. Like it's one of the foods that I think about every day when I'm up in Michigan. I swear to God, bro. Especially because like our Mexican food in general, and just food in general is not the greatest, but our Mexican food's ass. It's just so bad, bro. I've never. I go to any Jalisco, any Acapulco, any fucking hacienda, whatever the fuck, and every time I order cheese enchiladas, it's just cheese enchiladas. I go into this one restaurant, first restaurant I ever go to up north. They say, "You want them red or green?" And I'm like, "Red? Like, what do you mean red?" I'm like, "Okay, I guess red." Even though, you know, it's like that brown gravy, like, you know, brown gravy. Like it, they give me, and I swear to God, bro, when I cut, it's like it tastes like tomato sauce. Like it just tastes like they put like a tomato based sauce on the enchiladas. And then I was like, "Bro, what is this?" Like, and I was so turned off, bro. There's no breakfast tacos up there. Like, there's one spot that I've seen that does like breakfast tacos, and they're like mid, you know what I mean? Yeah. So,
damn, that sucks.
So appreciate what you guys have down here. That's the last thing.
A lot of people always say, "Oh man, I hate Texas. It fucking sucks." Whatever. I'm like, motherfucker, go to another state with the fucking food shit, man. You'll fucking know the big difference, man.
I was gonna say I lost 60 pounds since the beginning of last year, bro. Like just, I mean, mainly like with focusing on what I'm eating. Weed kind of helped me manage my weight, honestly. But yeah, dude, it's pretty crazy to go to another state and you're just like, damn, bro, I actually kind of fuck with Texas a lot. You know? I kind of fuck with Texas.
Shit, every time I was gone, I come back, I go to Whataburger first when I was younger.
Every time.
Shit,
Every time.
I would stay in Mexico for months at a time and then come down and shit, stop right there in fucking Brownsville, go fucking eat Whataburger, man.
Mhm.
Get a triple meat burger.
I was about to say that was the first meal I
Hell
got
yeah.
as soon as I got into town, bro.
I'm not a big Whataburger fan, bro. Sorry.
I love Whataburger, man. It ain't as good as it used to be, but it's like nostalgic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Facts.
I know me and my wife, we looked weird the other day. We both went to Whataburger and everybody's looking at us. We have our Vago shirts on and stuff. They're like, what the fuck y'all doing here? You know what I mean? But I don't give a fuck. Fool. I just
It's like,
like
bro,
to
just
eat.
go make one yourself.
Yeah, I just like to eat, fool. Just something different. You know what I mean? Like
Facts.
I always say, man, I smell the same food every day. So I get tired of it, man. I just want something different. Yeah, we were really supposed to do this podcast tomorrow, but tomorrow's me and my wife's anniversary, man. 21 fucking years.
Hell
bro.
yeah. Happy anniversary, brother.
Yeah, I don't even know how the fuck she did it, man. Pobrecita. I love my wife. Man. Put up with my ass, man. Shit.
Feel the same
Crazy,
way.
man,
dog.
I was gonna say no. I feel the same way about mine. We just celebrated our 2-year anniversary of being married, so
Yeah.
it's a long way to 21 years, but it's a road that I'm very.
Y'all still in the honeymoon
I was gonna
stage,
say.
man.
For real.
Shit. Y'all ain't got no kids?
No, I was
No.
gonna say no. Just with what I do for work right now, it's just I'm always gone. It's
Yeah.
not really feasible right now, you know.
Yeah, I'm glad I had all my kids were born when I was younger, you know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
I'm 44, my youngest is 15, my oldest is 27. So, you know, shit, I ain't got no more babies. I can do what I want. I ain't got to, fuck all that. Especially in today's economy, chinga. But, all right, man, we're going to go ahead and end it, man. Thank y'all, man. Like I said, sorry, man. Today was kind of thrown off day. Our guest didn't show up. Some stuff had happened. So it kind of threw our plan for what we're going to do. But, oh, well, fuck your aim.
Shit
Dive
happens.
in, man. I'll see y'all later, man. I'm your host, El Vago, owner, operator of El Vago Burger Barbecue, located at 4701 Banana Drive, Motown, Texas, Molina neighborhood.
Welcome to the Volo Podcast, home of the black sheep and the outcast. Welcome to the Volo Podcast, no cap, true stories, what you know about that? Welcome to the Volo Podcast, home of the black sheep and the outcast. Welcome to the Volo Podcast, no cap, true stories, what you know about that?